Welcome back to the Humble Healer podcast, and thank you for taking time to join me for this episode. And just for you that are new to this community, this is Dr. Quang Lei, and I am a board certified family physician, and I'm here to promote and empower my community and patients to invest in the most important asset that you have, which is your mind, body, and spirit. And the return of investment will be longevity, health, happiness, and resilience. So when it comes to quality of life and professional and personal fulfillment, there's nothing more important than that. Once you have achieved that personal or professional fulfillment, you can share your extra positive energy to with everyone else, and make the world a better place around you. So that's my mission, and I hope that you will accomplish achieve the same goals and find that fulfillment and share that with your loved ones. So this episode is a follow up of episode 66. About a month ago, I did an episode on signs and symptoms of magnesium deficiency, and I mentioned that the more I know about magnesium, the more I realize how important this element is in our health. And I talked about how it can affect how your body absorbed vitamin D, which also has several important functions in our system. And studies have shown that supplementing magnesium allows better absorption of vitamin D and more effective than even vitamin D supplement in raising vitamin D level. And then magnesium also has a role in reducing blood pressure and also reduce the CNS or central nervous system excitatory system. So it may help with migraine prevention and another function in insomnia. Also, the same mechanism can help patients with insomnia, some patients with insomnia. And also, it does have effects in patients with palpitations, with magnesium deficiency, and also foot, hand tingling and numbness in some patients, as well as muscle cramps and leg cramps at nighttime, and persistent fatigue. So magnesium. So in these patient with these symptoms will benefit from magnesium supplement if they have magnesium deficiency. So the point is that not everyone with these symptoms will benefit from magnesium supplements. I think that the population that will benefit the most is the one that have magnesium deficiency in their system. And so that's why we will be talking about different form of magnesium supplements that one can use because there are so many out there. So it's important to know which one is the most beneficial to you to take, and also to make sure that you get the biggest bang for your bucks, because this is something that if you consider taking every day, then you want to make sure that it helps you the most. So let's start with magnesium glycinate. It's a combination of magnesium and the amino acid glycine, and amino acid is a building block protein structure in our system. And this is probably the most popular form of magnesium supplement due to its high bioavailability, which means that it does have a higher level of absorption and less gastrointestinal side effects due to its good absorption to your gut. There's not a lot of robust evidence supporting benefits for depression, but there is some evidence of high prevalence of magnesium deficiency in patients with depression. So it's been used to treat depression in patients with magnesium deficiency. And when picking the brand of magnesium glycinate, pick the form that has the chelated form of magnesium or a chemically bonded magnesium. This the cheaper version of magnesium glycinate supplement do not have the chelated form or chemically bonded magnesium. Instead, it carries the blended state and not the active state. So just make sure you watch for that when you purchase this magnesium supplement over the counter. So full disclosure, I do take magnesium supplement, and I started out with magnesium glycinate a few months ago. So in the morning, I drink 10 ounces of water and I put in an electrolyte package also. And I also take that with magnesium glycinate. Now in the summertime, now that we are in the middle of the summer, I may add another electrolyte package later on in the day, especially if I work outdoor and losing not only water, but also electrolytes. So I may consider adding another package of electrolytes later on if I work outdoor and losing a lot of fluid. but that's a topic for another day. So magnesium citrate is another form, and this is also well absorbed, but at high dose, it does become a laxative, and it's commonly used for bowel prep for colonoscopy. So sometimes we use this to treat patients that have stubborn constipation, and they do have a formula that you can take the whole bottle of magnesium citrate, which is about 400 ml or so, liquid or solution, and to help patient with constipation. But there are also some evidence that it may help with reducing blood pressure and blood sugar. So also another common form of magnesium supplement, magnesium threonate, has been found to be able to cross the blood-brain barrier in animal studies. So some small studies show improved memory, cognition, and reducing brain information. And also 2 small human studies found clinically significant improvement in cognition and memory. But again, but then both were industry funded. So that's probably not very reliable. The downside is that it can be expensive and contain very small amount of elemental magnesium. So it may not be a good source to raise your magnesium level. So we probably should wait for more studies, larger studies, before going out there and purchase this form of magnesium. The fourth one is magnesium taurate, taurate, and this is also pretty well absorbed. It derives it combines magnesium and taurine, taurine, an amino acid, and is found in clams, shellfish, and poultry. And also taurine has been found to have benefits in reducing blood pressure, cholesterol, and some animal studies found reduction in blood pressure, cholesterol, as well as neuroprotective effect. And then this is a very commonly used magnesium supplement in medicine, magnesium sulfate. So commonly known as Epsom salt, EPSOM, and every day at work in the urgent care clinic primary care clinic that I work, I mentioned at least a few times my recommendation for my patients to go home and use Epsom salt. And some people use Epsom salt bath to reduce muscle cramps. And for example, a patient go home with an open wound, say after I remove a toenails from a patient, and they want to keep the wound clean, or any form of open wound that at risk for infection, I have them soak in Epsom salt to clean out the wound. Warm Epsom salt bath for about 5 to 10 minutes to clean everything out, and then dry the wound up. And also for those with pain in the bum area, like hemorrhoids or anal fissure, the colorectal surgeons love warm sitz bath, which is can be. And so I recommend Epsom salt for those patients to use to reduce anal pain, perianal pain, or inflammation or painful hemorrhoids. Any sort of inflammation or painful condition in the bum area, you can use Epsom salt, warm Epsom salt bath, or sitz bath, SITZ, sitz bath. So many benefits. If you ask me for evidence, mostly anecdotal, but people or patients have found that to be helpful, and there's minimal risk. So I think that it's definitely worth trying to help. And in the intravenous form, it has also many important uses in medicine. It's been used to treat women with preeclampsia, which is a very dangerous condition for pregnant women, as well as also after they give birth. Also, it's been used to treat patients with severe asthma, exacerbation, or flare-ups. It can be life-saving in those patients that have severe asthma exacerbation. And then also in cardiovascular health, there's a form of arrhythmia called torsades, and magnesium sulfate can be so effective in helping eradicate that dangerous arrhythmia, which can be fatal if not treated. So magnesium sulfate, very common, but more common in the form of Epsom salt, not as a form of ingestion or also intravenous. The next one is magnesium malate, MALAT. It is easy to absorb and tend to be easier on the gut than other forms of magnesium supplements. Very small studies show a positive effect in patients with fibromyalgia. So sometimes if patients cannot tolerate through their gut other form of magnesium, one can try this form of magnesium supplement, would tend to be more tolerable than other form of magnesium. And then next one is magnesium chloride, also easily absorbed, and some small studies show its effectiveness in treating depression. Also another form of over-the-counter magnesium that one can try. And then magnesium oxide is the last one. that I talk about. And it is the cheapest and most common form of magnesium you can find. It is an inorganic form of magnesium, so it's not very well absorbed by the GI tract. So it should not be used to treat magnesium deficiency since due to its poor absorption. One study showed that magnesium chloride was as effective as senna in treating constipation, perhaps because it's retained in the gut, drawing fluid into the gut, allowing it to help constipation. And then also one other small study showed the same clinical efficacy as valproic acid, or brand name Depakote, in preventing migraines. So I hope that you find this list of magnesium supplement information helpful. If there's any doubt, I would start with magnesium glycinate and make sure that you get the chelated form, not as good in raising your magnesium level in your system. And then magnesium citrate is more like a constipation, and threonate needs more research. Taurate, can be used if you find that the other supplement is not working as well. And sulfate, better known as Epsom salt, and better used in medicine in the inpatient setting. Malate also can be used if other form of magnesium not well absorbed. Chloride, if you find a good deal, it's also easily absorbed. Can also use that. And oxide, poorly absorbed in the GI tract, so should not be used in magnesium deficiency. But you can use that for constipation, just as magnesium citrate. If you take any form of magnesium, let me know, leave me a comment, and also let me know if you have any clinical efficacy in taking the supplement. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast, and have a great day.